Good afternoon, traders. It is Thursday, September 4th, 2014, and the U.S. stock market is closed. Oh, I'll tell you, yesterday I told you how lucky we were. We had this crazy pattern of the Dow just screaming the first 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes, and then just selling off the whole rest of the day. It's the worst kind of pattern for us because we tend to get into a lot of stuff and then we're holding it, having gotten into it at the top, we're holding it all day long and it just gets worse and worse. Well, yesterday, in spite of that, we did pretty well, and I said we were really lucky. We really saved our skins yesterday. Unfortunately, today, the thing did exactly the same. It was almost a perfect image of yesterday's action in the Dow Jones Industrial Average, but this time we didn't really save our skin. What happened is exactly what usually happens. We had pretty good positions from what we got in yesterday, and we ended up closing out positive $4,000 in our closed out trade. So that was real good. That's the good news. The bad news was we got into 9 positions today on this big run up, and every single one of those 9 positions are negative. I mean, we're batting 0 on what we got into new today. Now, the only good thing I can say is that none of those positions have negatives of $2,000 or more. They're all under $2,000, but still, when you take 9 positions, you add them up, what do you get? Yeah, negative $10,000. That is what we're carrying into tomorrow. So we really need something good to happen tomorrow to get us out of this. But as I say, fortunately, we did have positive 4,000 in what we closed out. So it's bad, but it's not terrible. Dow ended up closing down 9 points after I'd been way up. Dow hit new all-time record highs intraday today. I mean, that's how strong that market was right at the beginning. But it sold off and ended up closing down negative 9. So anyway, that's the life of the trader. Hey, let's look at the charts. Okay, we're looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average here, and you can see here, my data cut off just a couple minutes this morning, and that this gap wasn't really there, but you can see what the picture is. That Dow opened up down here and just zoomed all the way up to here in 15-20 minutes, and at this level, and right up there, those are new intraday record highs for the Dow. And also significantly, it took out the highs from over here. These 2 highs I was talking about yesterday took that out. Normally you expect it would go, but it didn't go after that. It just sold off from there. And I imagine, there's people out there that just think this is a big bubble, and they see this thing do it and they come in and they start selling like crazy. I think that's probably what's happening. But you've heard me bitch and complain about this. I hate this when we're on the ceiling like this. It just, nothing good happens when we're up here. And so, in some ways, I'm not too unhappy about this market coming down here, but the problem is I don't like it coming down like that when we're holding 9 positions. That could get very, very pricey for us. So, not a good day. It's again, you can see it did the same thing yesterday. We had this big run up, and then it sells off, but for some reason we didn't get hurt in this. We got hurt in it this morning, so that was too bad. I am encouraged by the fact that it kind of climaxed, a selling climax on here, and did come up back very strong. the last 30-45 minutes of the day. I would anticipate, here I go, going out on a limb, that this market will go higher tomorrow. That's my prediction. We'll see what happens. I'll show you just a couple of the trades today. We had, well, I'll show you that this is what happened in all these darn positions that we took. This is Adept Technology, and we had this huge push up this morning. We're buying this thing awful doggone high, but of course we do that, and it kept going. And you know, for a while we had a halfway decent trade in Adept Technology, but then just look at this slide, and you know, this pretty much mirrors the Dow. And by the time Adept Technology closed down there, we're negative about $1,800. I think this was the worst out of those 9 positions, but the patterns look all like this. Now, I will end this with one positive trade here, and this was in EDN, and this market was relatively unaffected by what happened in the Dow. We had bought this yesterday on this breakout. It got in, it just kept going, and it actually made higher highs today, in spite of the adverse movement in the Dow. We didn't get out the highs, but we got pretty darn close to those highs. It looks like we got out just in time, and when we got out, we still took over $3,000 out of EDN. And because of this stock, that is why we're holding over $4,000 in closeout trades today. So this was the one bright shining star of the day. Everything else was crap. But anyway, you have those days. We can live with them. We certainly didn't get killed today. This is Trader Bob signing off. I'll see you all tomorrow on Thank God It's Friday.